Alrighty then. Now this conversation is going to be I don't know, it's an interesting one. I'm not sure where we're going to end up with it, but I just wanted to say summer is coming. A lot of people who haven't traveled in probably the past 2 years are probably thinking about traveling, right? And so we have to aspire to greatness. In my opinion, you aspire to be better. You know, there's some motivational speakers that say, fly private, fly first class, but there was a conversation I found online, and this is by a lady called Trisha Biz. Now, she is like a business trainer, and she has her own money, So she's at the airport lounge in the US, getting ready to fly somewhere, wherever she's going, an international flight. And she's having a conversation in the lounge with a gentleman. She just met the gentleman there. Basically, the conversation was going around different things around Nigeria, and then suddenly they call for the passengers to board the flight. And they called her own batch first. Now, the people that get called first are first class, or maybe pregnant women and babies, right? And she gets up, and the guy doesn't get up. And he's like, why are you wasting your money on first class? And then she's like, wait, I don't understand, wasting my money on first class? Okay. First of all, my question is it his business whether she pays for first class or not? That's my first response. But then you have to look deeper into this conversation. I don't know what the conversation was like before they got to that particular point.
When you're insulting Nigeria, it can make you flow. So they end together when they're insulting Nigeria. So it seems
The bond.
kind of
The
tight.
bond was.
So it makes I know what the way you're discussing the problems of Nigeria.
Yeah.
You feel like you're family. Like you feel like we have won in this. So that's why she said they had a bond. Like, maybe Lagos traffic was part of it or something. So now that when you're raking for nobody.
Okay.
So that's probably the premise of this particular conversation. Now you got to the point where, for me, it's not that serious, man. Really. Okay, so maybe for the guy, he doesn't have the money, or he might have the money and decide that he wants to be frugal. There are many people like that. For me, they're just going out there. He's just sharing his thoughts. Yeah, she might not accept it. It might be uncool to her. That's okay. Yeah, but then there's nothing wrong with talking to someone that you've formed a bond without. But they've already formed a bond. You understand? From what I say, maybe she called the guy by the name. They already have that bond. So, with that bond, you might talk to a friend. Hey, why? If you go, hey, you are buying bottled water. There's pure water. It's like you're telling somebody, I'm pure water. You can suck it where it's invigorating. More than bottled water. You understand? So that don't say the problem.
So there was a line that I had a challenge with. Will economy class kill you? That was what he said.
In some cases,
yes. Her rant.
Yes.
Economy class
will kill you.
Okay.
It depends on the airline you are flying.
Okay.
There are some airlines you fly, especially so this is my take, right? Locally, to me, it's pointless. Business class economy. Because first of all, it is short distance. Number two, the difference is just bread that is the difference in most cases. Do you understand?
That's business and first.
That's business and economy. Local flights, right? And also, but some people actually are school of thoughts, but official speakers, that if you want to, when you fly business, there are some people that you meet. But to be honest, in Nigeria, I don't miss anybody.
International flights.
But then again, international flights now. So based on what Mike said, it depends. They spoke for a while. First of all, I was wondering if she's meant to be first class. Her lounge was meant to be different from his. So how come they are there together? But anyways, there's that. So my point is, it depends on the conversation you're having. Or maybe she probably shared some challenges she was having with her business or something, and felt the need. Okay, fine. This is another way to save up money. So instead of using that extra buck to literally fly first class, why not literally just do economy?
So my point from all of this, really not busy focusing so much on her, because I don't really see any problem with what the guy said. You might take offense with what someone has done. Doesn't necessarily mean that the person did something wrong. I also am not saying that the person even did something right. It's just this. You're having a conversation. This is how I live. This is how I think. But if you don't accept it, that's okay. My point now, generally, I'm just talking about, lifestyles. Let's just lifestyles with different people. Look at what happened. Yesterday, or I think it was on Monday, I heard someone on radio say something like, I saw somebody at Owuru with a Prado picking people to go to the island.
Okay.
Now, a Prado is 8 valve, and then you know how much the fuel will cost on that.
Sure.
I once had a friend who was using an 8 valve, and just to go to the island and come to the office, just very short distance, you spend 5K. And that was then.
Yeah.
Of course.
There's some people now that tell that they spend 10K. I know somebody here around, they say they spend 10K just to move one and one. Now, the price is now times 3. And I imagine now, and then you're now using Prado. I know some people who have bought smaller cars and say this period is... So you see, lifestyle, like you said, someone might just think about it and look, this might be a point for me to save some money.
Sure.
You know, and maybe it is about how it is being said.
Yeah, sure.
That might be an issue.
Exactly,
You're talking to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm not talking about their own case. I'm just talking about we now. You know, like you might just be going, you might just want to take Bolt. Or you might just take a cab ride, and then they're different of this or this ride, this cab rides, they're different ones.
There are different levels.
There are different levels, you understand? And then someone can say, it's just here, you're going beggar, jump bus now. You know,
Yeah.
so I think when you're talking to somebody about lifestyle and all of that, it's about how you go about it, you know, and even if you don't go about it, you know, it doesn't mean that the person is coming from a negative place, a bitter place. It might just be like, everybody, because to get to a
I'm of the
position.
opinion that you aspire to greatness. If you, maybe you don't know where this woman has been coming from. You don't know how she has grown, how she feels. You know what? Now is my time to enjoy the fruits of my labor, and she's celebrating
I agree.
life. Like, look at the differences between business class and first class, for instance.
Yeah.
First class, you can
I'm
have your
back to
own
her.
bed, you have your own small apartment.
If it's a long trip, yeah, of course.
so
As I
with
said,
unlimited
that situation where I said
drink.
extra mechanic can kill you. I've experienced something like that before.
Where?
I was traveling. If you see this one was
International,
like
right?
Oh, jeez, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a lot, and it was and we were just rolling off of COVID. Do you understand? So there's a lot of that as well. But then again, you know the differences and all of that. Then
So
also, some people actually factor in the people they meet
Sure.
on flights into their business plan.
Sure.
And
I
business
think
proposal. And
that's been
they calculate that.
that's
in their-
been
in their
predatory for me.
Really?
Yes.
No.
Going with that kind of mindset, it's look, yes.
It helps you aspire more.
aspire.
It's
Some
a-
people plan it.
And
Like, it's part
see,
of
that's
their
the point. See,
networking.
exactly, that's the point.
this
And
thing for their
me,
businesses,
look,
though.
there are no hard and fast rules. I once heard Donald Trump say something like when he goes into a shop and then they see, okay, hey, this is $2, and then he goes, okay, I want 10. And he says $20. He says, how can I buy 10 and it's $20? I'm going to buy for $17. And they say, you are Donald Trump. You should be giving me a £5.
you know?
It was like, I got rich doing this.
this,
I will stay rich doing this. So in your way, you're thinking that, okay, I've made this money, let me do. Some of these very rich guys are still frugal. Because you tell you that was how I was able to amass wealth.
Sure.
So that the person, there are some people who are in that business class, they can maybe buy the plane.
Of course.
You understand? There's some people there, but they've decided that this is how I got to this point. This is how I will keep moving forward. You understand? So, you know, and when I say predatory, as in you going and you want to, so you start looking for compensation when you're not there. You don't start disturbing people.
Necessarily. Don't
No, let me tell you.
disturb
Because
nothing.
let me tell you
No.
something. No, I'm telling you, some people, because they are intentionally, okay, I come to you, this is first class. And I have two of you inside first class. Hello, how you doing? And you don't feel like talking. And then you want to, because I pay this money, you cannot go. You must talk.
Not only
You
one
must
person
connect.
inside the first class
That's what I'm
now.
saying.
There are different people there.
Look, there are points where people have said, look, some people can see through it.
Yeah, no, of course. Some people,
And they see that you are-
No, first of all, I don't think it's going to be a situation where you're trying to infringe on the person's. Do you understand? You definitely will read body language, and I also don't think it's something you're doing from a place of. It's to form a business connection.
Yeah.
Not literally. I mean, I know there are girls. I know personally there are girls that literally go and buy business class to meet certain people for other weird reasons. But I'm talking about business reasons. To be honest, I don't think there's something terrible. about it.
It's not
My
terrible.
opinion, baby
I know,
girl.
I've heard of people catching first class to meet people that they would want to meet on land, that they're posting, but you know, you spoke to this
Wow.
PA,
You gotta be tracking the person.
I'm telling you,
Wow,
who have
calm
done that.
down.
and
That
I'm-
is wrong.
I'm telling
Calm
you.
down.
I don't think,
That
not everybody.
You
does
cannot
it
be
wrong.
tracking somebody like
I
that.
know
If
a
they
story
report
like
you,
that.
they
They
will-
Calm
the
down,
restraining
guys.
order,
She
they
had
will
no
block you.
business going to London. She booked a flight, business class, met the guy at the airport. I'm not joking with you.
I know, people do it, but that's wrong.
She
They
got the
lock you
contract
off,
too,
they catch
straight up.
you.
He likes her tenacity.
You know what?
Updates.
Honestly speaking, we would love to hear your opinion on this, but in my opinion, baby girl, live your best life. You can afford it.
Oh, yeah.
Can afford it. Yeah.
All right, then let's take a break. We'll be back with more after this.